Commander, I've been analysing the flight path of the patrolling drone. I would like to inform you that it just changed course and is heading in your direction. Roger that, shutting down the console and preparing to poop myself. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to Let's Play Reforged Eden of Empyrion. I'm 7 Dust Bunny, and I have not said that correctly, but we're gonna roll with it. And as you may have noticed about the intro, I have some armor. So I am wearing some light armor. I have a shotgun, an assault rifle, and a sniper rifle, most of which require reloading. Interestingly, it was reloading saying 0 there, but that's fine. There we go. We're gonna get it all sorted out. We've got a bunch more rounds here. This I'm gonna leave processing. I'm not going to carry it with me. I was thinking about carrying it with me, but it's a kilometer away. I can leave it. That is copper. I thought that was gold. Then I was thinking, hello, that might be some gold. There's another iron survey just over here. Interesting. And right, our UCH ship in question seems to be right ahead. I found it. It's the Heidelberg. It was with us when we left Earth. Was it? Right. I'm gonna just get off here a second, if you don't mind, and I'm gonna ping my detect redo just to make sure there's no drones out there. There is not. There is a damaged dart, which is a small SV. Right here, but normally I expect there to be some Xeraxian scumbags around here. My god, the ship hit the ground hard enough to split it in half. I don't see how anyone could have walked away from this alive. Me either. My observations of the ship's hull using the camera fixed to your suit conclude that the ship did not crash due to mechanical failure. The damage and the burn marks on the hull consistent with high temperature plasma and explosive detonations. The ship was shot down, Commander. Bastards. Okay. Are you sure the Heidelberg was shot down? It could have been friendly fire, or perhaps an ammunition magazine exploded on re-entry. There must be records or logs, something that explains this. Continue the investigation, Commander. Your suit is picking up weak electromagnetic signal coming from somewhere near the rear of the ship. It may be a computer console. I've marked the location. Okie dokie, let's see what that is. Just some general supplies. We may end up setting up shop nearby here just because it has some storage for the time being, and it's not a base. The ground texture is different here. They've pulled up the voxel in little spiky bits so as not to make it so smooth, which is interesting. And this is one of the newer looking constructor redos. So that indeed is is that a large constructor? That is a large constructor. And there's an oxygen tank here. Again, I'm not going to take the oxygen because at the moment I've got very little storage. And it doesn't seem like a good idea to just start messing around. I blame the Triceratops for everyone's death, so I'm going to kill it. We've reached level 6. Continuing the investigation, Commander. Your suit is picking up a weak electron. Yes, I know. Just because I'm not following your instructions, IDA, to the letter, and I am not your human drone, does not mean that I am not investigating. I am investigating, trust me. I am an investigating machine. And what I am investigating is everything. I want to find if there is other stuff here. I am investigating any loots I can lay my hands on. And anything of that nature. Oh, did I get it? Nope. Oh, come on. Work with me. Okay. Giving up on that. I need to jump on the edge here. Fine, I will jump on the edge. Come on, let me jump on the edge. There we go. I couldn't quite get the timing right for the rest of it. There's a bathroom. There's a fridge. Bacon! The bacon survived! IDA, I have great news. Bacon survived the crash. I know this may not sound important to you, but it's hugely important to me. Okay, what else we got here? Another fridge. Bacon and salami survived the crash. That is excellent news. So, I see that here the core is here, and I know it was saying it's an admin core, so I suspect you can't damage it. I'm going to just check with the multi-tool under salvage. Ooh, you can. You can. And I'm not going to core it just yet because of the weak signal. Because that might result in unexpected poor results due to not following the quest through first. So I'm going to let the quest do its thing before I core it. But now I know there's a core there, and there's 6 grow plots to be had, which is very worth having. And we can probably investigate the ship a bit more once we've done that, because I'm going to crack the drone out here just to see if there's anything else in the higher level worth grabbing here. Apparently not. That's fine. I just wanted to check. And it's easier than me hopping around a ship so much. There's obviously these boxes as well. But again, I don't particularly want to overload myself. I don't mind finding out what's in them. Like, I noticed there was multi-tool charge there. And a few things like that. Now, a multi-tool would be great. I've technically already got a semi-multi-tool. This has a load of mechanical components, steel plates. Again, just going to leave it here for the minute because I'm thinking of setting up shop here. If we're going to be here for a while. And as there seems to be no hostiles here, we could go back over and set up shop. And then we can pull all these bits together and possibly take ownership. Oh look, there's a sniper rifle there. I've got one of those. With a bunch of bullets. If only I'd known, I would have just come straight here. So, weak signal was right here. Cargo container. You succeeded in forcing open the container from which the EM signal is emanating. As soon as you break the seal, a horrible smell meets your nose. The signal is coming from inside. Peer inside. Inside the seal container is a human body wearing a UCH engineer's uniform in an advanced state of decay. Probably just poured out. IDA, I've got a body here. It looks like an engineer by the uniform. The biometrics of the body match one Sergeant Pallant, first class chief engineer of the UCH 011 Heidelberg. The electromagnetic signal appears to be coming from something inside the container with him. Investigate. Sorry about this, buddy, but I've got to move you. Search the container. It looks like he climbed inside. He climbed in here himself to protect himself during the crash. A smart idea, actually. This container is completely sealed and lined with a shock-absorbent foam. If only the container hadn't landed upside down. Oh no, he'd probably be alive. So he probably suffocated or starved to death or whatever, lack of water. Oh, harsh. There's some stuff in here, but it doesn't look like it's going to be much use to me. Go back. So, okay, we're gonna search his pockets. It looks like there's a credit chip in his pocket. I don't suppose there's any use to him anymore. Let's take the cash. Really sorry about this, buddy. Let's check the body. I found the source of the EM signal IDA. It's his PDA. Why is it not in his pocket? Was it up his ass or something? It appears to still have some battery left in it, but the controls are locked and I can't access them. Now that the device is no longer in a shielded container, I can remotely access the PDA and download the device logs. Do it. I need to know what happened here. I've retrieved the personal log files and the message of Sergeant Commander. I will run an analysis and forward the decrypted logs to your PDA. You'll be able to access them through your PDA logs tab via the mission task information and read them at your leisure. There is something more you can do here, Commander 7-Foot Dust Bunny. There may be additional logs elsewhere in the wreckage. Shouldn't we bury him? You are free to do whatever you like with the body, Commander. However, a proper UCH naval burial requires that you transport the body back to Earth. You are presently unable to do so. Yes. At a later time, if you rejoin the fleet, you can inform Commander them of his body and if it's possible to retrieve it. Until then, it's best to just leave him there. I guess you're right. Close the container and be like, sorry dude, your liquefied remains will stay there. Right, you can review them at any time. The detail of the entry, UCH fleet, is in this star system. I missed something there. I'm detecting a faint energy signal further forward on the ship, Commander. It appears to be coming from a source somewhere in the wreckage. Okie dokie. Does that source require a shotgun? Hello? Another cargo container. Holy crap. Carbon substrate and all sorts. I'm opening a container now, IDA. I hope there's not another body in there waiting for me. There's not, but something popped up. Commander, I've noticed several instances between the two logs and wreckage of the Heidelberg. However, I'm not sure to the exact cause. What do you mean, IDA? What's wrong with the logs? It's like I skipped something there and something went a bit wrong. I'm not willing to speculate to this point. I've marked the ship's constructor with on your display. Please check the production logs next. It should clarify things for both of us. Okay, let's go over and check out the production logs. Hello! It looks like the power is out. I should be able to connect my suit's battery to the constructor console long enough to read the logs. Okay, we connect the cable. Charging. Battery status less than 1%. Happy days. Remaining power 3 minutes and 11 seconds. Keyboard active. Access logs. Okay, 66 more items. It looks like they made 8 tents, which means there are at least 8 survivors. The rest of the stuff from the constructor made with pretty standard supplies, communications equipment, a motorbike, pair of UCH radar kits, and standard supplies for the journey. They should have made a hover bike because the motorbike sucks. It looks like they loaded up the rest of the ship's supplies, salvaged what they could, and headed away from the ship, which makes sense since this place would have been likely to draw attention from the enemy if they hung around for too long. So I guess we should move on and look out for a pair of UCH raiders. I've already scanned the planet for any heat signatures belonging to UCH crew and vehicle, Commander. There are no members of the UCH Navy anywhere on this planet. However, what I want from the logs, aside from confirmation of the survivors, was a frame of reference for the inconsistencies present in the other evidence in Ensign Emerson's and Sergeant Pallan's log files. Yeah, because there was obviously Ensign Emerson. Somehow we managed to skip that out. I'm not sure what happened. So, you figured out what the problem is? I am 80% certain the final piece of the puzzle is should be found in the ship's bridge. There's a console there that is still functional but inactive. So you're telling me there's a live console on the bridge and you didn't tell me to go there first? Why send me to go digging through dirty boxes full of dead bodies when everything I need to know is right there on the bridge? Because, Commander, that console on the bridge is both unshielded and will draw a great deal of power when it's activated. I have identified an unmanned aerial vehicle patrolling near your current position, and activating the console will undoubtedly draw their attention. It was necessary to avoid putting you in additional danger. If you want to discover the truth, that console is our only remaining source for finding the surviving crew of the Heidelberg and the rest of the UCH fleet. For good or for ill, it is the only source of information left to us, Commander. I leave the decision to you. Fair enough. IDA, you're too smart for your own good. And I am pressing control to crouch. I really need to do that. I estimate the likelihood of the drone detecting it at 86.5%. That's not good odds. Material density scans indicate the drone something. The aerial drone appears to have a weak point, glowing optical sensor on the front, which is not armoured. A scope rifle or heavy weapon such as rocket launcher would be an ideal match. Well, I have a scope rifle. That is as good as it's going to get. I'm glad I've got one. I mean, ultimately, I'm going to struggle to get in there. I found a console IDA, get ready to download the files. So we're going to get in here. I mean, that's probably why they give you a sniper rifle as well, just to sort of get you going. Right, let's activate the console. UCH-11 navigation, initiating boot up, operating on reserve power. Right, access the logs. Let's log in with my password. Noobmaster69. Can I please log in as Noobmaster69? I'm going for it. Incorrect username password. Please try again. Damn it! It had to be done. Okay, let's try with mine. Incorrect password. Damn it, I'm sure that was right. Yeah. Welcome, Commander. That's me. There is one unread message saved on this terminal. Would you like to view it? Okay, from Lieutenant G. Romley, all local, date 9th of the 8th, 2473. The Heidelberg is lost. We've been lucky these past few weeks, but the patrols have been getting close. Have been closing in on the forest fires caused by the wreckage. Sorry, I've just read that all wrong. But the patrols have been closing in once the forest fires caused by the wreckage died down. We can't stay here any longer. Ensign Emerson won't last much longer with her injuries. We'll be leaving in the first light of the morning, so I'm leaving this message for anyone who finds the ship, along with a copy of all related data, so that you won't be going in blind. The UCH expedition fleet was pulled off course after initiating a long-range warp jump using the MS Titan's advanced warp jump drive to Proxima Centauri, pulled into a fissure spreading through the crack of the fabric of hyperspace that dragged the fleet over 2.5 million light-years to the middle of the Andromeda Galaxy and into the waiting arms of the Zirax war fleet. Several of our ships crashed onto this planet after sustaining damage, and now we've successfully made contact with several other groups of survivors and will be heading to the neutral station on the far side of the planet, where we've organised transportation off the world from one of the local factions. We've managed to compile a translation key built for their language, Andromeda Trade Standard, that is attached to this message. Make sure you copy it to your suit's hard drive and set it to decompile. We were also able to compile a partial translation key for our attacker's language, Zirax Standard, but so far they have refused any attempts at contact. It is recommended that you do not engage their armed patrols and avoid the airspace around their installations or risk being shot down. We've already lost a hover bike and an older debris field while scouting around a random drone patrol, which was the last straw for us, so we're bugging out at 6 AM for the last time. They have their own issues with the Zirax, so it looks like we've found a common goal that'll help us get back to the rest of the fleet. Whoever you are, please be safe. Come find us. We need everyone to make it through and get home alive. Lieutenant Romley, Acting Captain. Copy files, suit files to hard drive. Commander, I've been analysing the flight path of the patrolling drone. I would like to inform you that it just changed course and is heading in your direction. Roger that, shutting down the console and preparing to poop myself. Okay. Drone. Drone is over there. Right, let's try and get in some cover here. Where's the drone? Where's the drone? There it is, there it is. I saw it, I saw it, I saw it, I saw it. Mind if I crouch here? I don't actually see the glowing camera on the front, but I'm able to hit it. So that's good enough for me. And what do we get? Ooh, goodies. Confirm. Good job, Commander. The regular patrols have not changed their course, but the handlers will blah. It looks like we've got our first lead, IDA. Somewhere on this planet there's a neutral station of people, which are people used to get off this world. Yes, Commander. However, I was able to verify that the cause of the inconsistencies between the physical evidence and log files left behind the Heidelberg crew members, which will complicate matters significantly. From the level of decay of Sergeant Pallen's body and the runtime of the logistics unit, I can confirm that 97% accuracy that 311 days or just over 10 months have passed since the Heidelberg crashed. I do not know how this is possible, Commander. How could almost a year pass for everyone else but not me? Blah blah blah, time dilation, blah. Okay. Cryosleep possibly, but there is no recorded cases of memory loss attributed to cryosleep that weren't accompanied by several neurological things. I remember... Oh my god! Yes. So I could have brain damage. Well, that's not shocking. Oh, I have passed cognitive tests, but not sarcasm checks. Okay, both of which match my previous medical assessment. Okay. So, I still say we set up base around here. For now. Although more difficult than previous, the estimated findings of the UCH fleet would be the fastest method for confirming whether or not this is the case. But, oh my god. Yeah. One thing with having all this text is that it does make it a bit meh to have to read it all and try and do something. After uncovering the wreckage of the Heidelberg and its fate to the crew, but yes, we've got Xerax pursuers and we've been tasked with going and finding the neutral people. Commander, I've identified a cluster of structures that may have been the destination of the UCH survivors and detecting faint energy readings from beneath the structure and no obvious weaponry. Anything you can tell me about it? I don't want to go in blind. The structures appear to have been made primarily of wood and stone, comprising of consistent living quarters and cultural facilities. And there are several patrolling groups at the edge of the territory. We're talking Talon, aren't we? And the drones do not appear to be affiliated with the structures below, as they are making periodical communications to facilities nearby the Polaris region, confirmed to be a Xerax emplacement. They seem to be keeping guard over the residents, making it more likely that they will be sympathetic to our plight. Okay, happy days. Okay, so this has a core, which is a public core, which I can now make a private core. So this little ship is now mine. What do you have on you, my friend? You have a fridge, which is always good. A spotlight, a small storage box, which has some damage. Okay, we might be able to tuck some extra storage in back here as well, which I probably will do. But yeah, we can get this little ship running. So that will help us out no end. Just transporting the stuff back here for now I mean, obviously, if we want to, we could go straight to the Talon. But we might want to start thinking about setting up some sort of a base of some description. Yeah, 250, that is not too bad. Let's cargo box, we've got a fridge, so let's chuck the bacon in the fridge. We don't want the bacon to go off. That would be terrible. So let's put the fuel in. We'll put one of those in as well. That'll be a whole bunch of fuel. We'll turn this puppy on and we are good to go. And there we are. Now we are mobile. We're a little bit chunky because we only got thrust in certain directions, I think. And we have no detector. But that's okay. I'm only going to use this to help me shuttle everything back to the Heidelberg, where we're probably... yeah, my thing is over there. So I'm going to use it to shuttle everything back over to the Heidelberg, where we're going to sort of make our base of operation, I guess, for now. And once we've done that, we'll start considering, you know, getting in again. I think because it's early game, it will be alright to bring in like the short hop or something like that. So I might bring in the short hop again, and see how it copes with Reforged, because I'm pretty sure early game ships like that have a tendency to be compatible, and the short hop obviously has the carry capacity to make things work. So that would actually be quite good. What would it take to get the short hop in though? I mean, because the short hop is level 10, I think. So yeah, the short hop is level 10. Now it's only level 10 because of the feet on it. I can downgrade it to level 7 and make that work, depending on how difficult it's going to be for me to level up. But I don't think that's going to be a big problem, to be honest. I'm already level 7. I think by the time I get the resources together for it, I'll probably be level 10 anyway. So what do I actually need? That is not the short hop. Okay, so the short hop, a bunch of carbon substrate, some iron, some copper and silicon. This is all very achievable stuff. So, to start with, let's get everything over here and see what we can chuck in these boxes for starters. Just to empty out my inventory a bit. There we go. And then hopefully I can pick up most of the stuff, he says. And this is how we're going to move house here. There you go. That is now full. Next cargo box, we can chuck a bunch of stuff in as well. But yeah, we're going to have no problem. That's full, but we're going to easily be able to pick the rest of this up. There we go. Done. Done. And there we go. And what I can do is pretty much just leave this running with the thrusters off. It won't run indefinitely, but I'll be able to leave it running and it will act as basically a fridge for me. So it's a couple of kilometers away. Oh my god, I'm struggling here. It's a couple of kilometers away to the actual village. And is the Heidelberg is over here. So actually I want to be heading in this direction. I should have put a marker on it. That was foolish. But never mind. It is over this way a little bit. And there is water nearby, which is also excellent. that makes this base, this very viable as a short-term sort of base, because there's water here, there's the constructor if I want it. So if I turn the thrusters off, for example, turn the thrusters off, turn the signals off, turn the lights off, turn the auto brake off, how long is this going to run? The moment for 2 hours. Okay, what if I put a little bit more fuel in there? And put a little bit more fuel in there. There you go, 25% full. That's going to run for the next 3 hours. That's fine. That is no problem at all. That's going to be plenty, and we'll be able to dump that down, get this one back down, and actually I should have taken all that stuff and put it in the constructor, apart from these food items and these meds. It says because those I'm going to want to put in the fridge, which is, this is now my fridge. So we're literally just going to stuff those in the fridge to keep some food good for us, and then we'll grab that, and we'll grab that, and grab everything off, and chuck that all in here, and we are happy days. And I need those bullets, thank you, and we need to put this on sort by item type, because otherwise it'll annoy me. And I'm going to put those in there as well, and you can sort by item type too, thank you. Right, so that is setting up our basic base. What happened to my tent? I'm pretty sure I had one. Yes, there it is. My tent can now live here, thank you. And we even have things like some vegetables and stuff like that in short range we can pick up. Ta-da! So that if we wanted to, I mean, we're not going to be able to, but if we want to, we can actually cook some stuff. But I mean, that would generally involve setting up a mini base, the likes of which I've done before, which I may well do just to get us kick-started. But first thing I need to do is start pulling in some resources. And in all honesty, I don't think that this vessel is worth taking. It can carry a little extra, but in all honesty, if I just fill my suit up, if I like leave this and this behind and this behind, and take half of these and half of these, pretty much shift out anything I can that's of weight, most of which will be the hover bike, which will sit like that anyway. Yeah, I will be able to carry a surprising amount of ore. So let's me go and grab some ore, and we'll see where we're getting to. So I'll bring you back in here as I'm mining away. Right, so I've mined about 50% of this copper deposit, and you'll notice I'm not using the survival tool. I realised that I should be using the mechanical drill because I can unlock that, and it's slightly less painfully slow as using the survival tool. But something you will notice in the top corner there is how much XP I'm getting just from mining. Now, I've gone from level 7 to level 9 just while mining this node. So I don't think I'm going to have any trouble, because as you'll see, I keep bringing in the XP. Now, I still have to mine up a bunch of iron as well, and a bunch of silicon. So I really don't think my level is going to be a problem. I'm going to be able to level up in no time to level 10 to get the ship in. Well, just by virtue of the fact of mining. Now, I'm going to stop mining this node pretty much now. There's still a good 50% left. It pains me to leave it, but at the same time it's painfully slow. And I have more than I need. There we go, inventory is full. I've probably dropped a rock somewhere. Right there is where I've dropped a rock. So I already have 500 ore in there, and as you can see I created an extra constructor. I'm going to grab that out of there, and these are going to process. I will be going and getting some more trees as well, and some stone to set the constructor over by the Heidelberg, processing carbon substrate, because that's what I'm going to need the most of. Now carbon substrate we should be able to make quite a bit fairly easily, because it's the old-fashioned way of doing it, which is trees and stone, and if I remember rightly that's pretty efficient. Generally I think you produce like 20 a go, so if we take a couple, a few trees and a few rocks, getting up to 2000 carbon substrate is not going to be a problem. The main problem is going to be then going out and actually finding the iron node and the silicon node, because just harvesting, for example, the iron here and silicon around here will be very slow going. There's a lot of iron here, but it would still be slow going. Though I have noticed again, even here, the actual nodes themselves, the little rocks, not nodes I guess, the actual rocks, the surface rocks, produce a surprisingly large amount of ore. They seem to give you quite a bit. Like this gave me 5. Normally really my inventory is full of trees? Really? Ah, balls. Okay, fine, game, fine. What we'll do is we'll do that. Is that enough to pick it up? No. Okay, fair enough. Look, we will drop the trees. Look, they're right there. Let me pick this up and put this back down again, and then I'll pick those up again, and now I can drive. Thank you. So yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of iron nodes around, iron rocks around here. So even if I don't find a node, I'm relatively comfortable that I'm going to be able to get enough iron just by running around these rocks. I really need to put a marker over here at my tent. I don't know why the damaged dart still shows up as a damaged dart, because it's not there anymore. Can I pick something else out, please? Can I? No. Okay, fine. What we'll do is we'll put base here like that, except. And I will also just edit that, because it says show on HUD local, not galaxy wide, please. So if I show on HUD local, it doesn't show up. Wonderful. That's beautiful. So if I put galaxy wide on there, oh no, I didn't accept. I didn't accept like a fool. Like a fool, I tell you. Like a fool, I didn't accept. But yes, I can probably pick up enough iron just from the surface rocks in that area. There are so many that I don't actually imagine the iron requirements are going to be a problem. But I would prefer to actually find a node, or, well, I guess I can mine one of those survey sites, because there's those survey sites, and they had a load as well. But yeah, there you go, look, there's 300 there, which I just set going from a small amount of rock and stuff I had kicking around. So if I go out now and just grab a few rocks, we'll be able to get that going in no time. I just need to find a couple of something like these giant puppies right here. This and this would produce vast amounts. They take a bit of mining. Oh, we're gonna hit up a bit of food while we're sat here. They take a bit of mining, but that's okay. You just sit here, drill like a moron, and yeah, you'll get like 100 odd crushed stone or more out of this, I'm hoping. And at least with this drill it's a little bit faster than the other drill, and we'll actually get to the crushed stone bit. Yeah, inventory full. There is I'm only leaving 16 behind. I've got 240 on me. That should be more than enough to make enough. I mean, we didn't have anywhere near that sort of amount of stone in there before, and this actually produces, yeah, for every 2 stone dust and 16 plant fibers you produce 20. So we only need to do that about 100 and something times, so that's not going to be that hard, to be honest. And our little stone with 16 is over here, so we'll pick that one up. There we go. And if we need to, there's a bloody great rock there that'll have loads. I mean, if necessary, we can actually probably go around the Heidelberg and pick stuff off, because I still haven't cored the Heidelberg, which I could well do. But yeah, we're going to be fine. We're going to be able to produce mountains of it. So that'll be fine for plastic. The other things we need to find are iron and silicon. Do we have any resources around us? Silicon survey over there. So that is silicon, and of course we've got the iron surveys. So we can go and pick off those as well. But that will now be between episodes, because with that I'm going to have to say thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe as always, and join us again next time when I'll hopefully almost be ready to bring this thing in, because we'll be getting the stuff together and unlocking all the bits. Thanks a lot.